And that's one of those moments where you have a billionaire in the room and you expect that he cannot relate to anyone, perhaps of his status, everyone knows his name, but that's not the case with Trump. And you see it in a moment like this, where he's able to walk into a local grocery store, walk up to a mom of three, and then hand her a $100 bill to help her out. It's not the first time we've seen the former president do things like this. Tony, can you talk to that and why Trump is able to relate to the everyday American, if you will?
I get this from both Trump and then Donald Trump Jr. as well. I was at a rally in Shelbyville, Indiana, and Donald Trump Jr. said the same kind of stuff. They don't try to hide the fact that they're wealthy. And because they're kind of authentic about what it is that they are and where they've come from, they're not trying to hide anything. They're not trying, and not everything's a big camera moment. Not everything is, scooping a diner out in Pennsylvania to replace it with your own campaign staff like the Harris campaign does. Trump just walks in and sees what he sees and he responds to it. You saw that at the rally. His self-effacing humor has been around ever since the Saturday Night Live days in the 90s and the early aughts. And even when he goes into, whether it's a gas station, whether it's a convenience store, a bodega in New York City or here in Pennsylvania, he just walks in, he sees what he sees, and he responds to it. And that's one of the benefits, I think, of Trump being the outsider entertainer personality. He's always looking at the crowd and seeing how they respond to things. Guys, it sucks going to the grocery store right now. I feel it. My wife feels it. And Trump walks in and sees that on people's faces. And he says, well, hey, here's $100. That'll help it out a little bit. And you know what? The whole country should be helped out a little bit in that way.
The whole country should. I think I went to the grocery store the other day, got 3 things. It was $60. Absurd.
Yeah, it cost you 50 or 60 bucks, didn't it?
Yeah, my fiance didn't believe me. I was like, no, look at the bill. Like, absolutely absurd. Trump, though, he's also reportedly planning to return to Butler, Pennsylvania for a rally next month. Butler, that was his first assassination attempt. It happened back in July. The event is scheduled for October 5th. Trump has long teased a return to the town where he was shot in the ear, posting, quote, I will be going back to Butler for a big and beautiful rally honoring the soul of our beloved firefighter hero, Corey, who bravely, who's those brave patriots injured 2 weeks ago. What a day it will be. Fight, fight, fight. Stay tuned for details. Your response to that, because not only is he connecting with people at his rallies, he's going into grocery stores, he's connecting with voters, but he's not shying away from a point in life where he could have died. He's bravely going back and facing that. Diana.
What a courageous moment. That's okay. What a courageous moment. To watch our former president show up at a place where he was almost assassinated. I think this shows the country exactly what the country wants to see. He's a fighter. He's exactly who we need right now in the White House, fighting against inflation and fighting against our adversaries overseas who maybe want to bring us harm, fighting against the drug cartels who are coming and fleeing into our countries and affecting our small cities. That's who we need in the White House. We need a fighter, we need a leader, we need a CEO, and I think this is such a fantastic moment for the president, just to remind everybody that you need to fight, and that's what he's going to do.
And Tony, we'll close with this. Someone you don't really hear about often or not reported out on as much is the actual president of the United States, President Biden. We're learning this. He will appear on The View for his first in-person interview since the DNC. He will sit down live with the show's 6 co-hosts. Tony, what do you foresee happening at that table?
Well, I certainly don't think we should go about calling it live. I think for President Biden, that's a really high bar to cross, even with the assistance of his staff. I'm sure that we're all excited to see Whoopi Goldberg fawn over Joe Biden for an hour like she normally does. But I got to be honest with you, I'm not sure what they're going for here, other than that maybe there's a nursing home on the other side of the studio they're going to escort him into as the show ends. It's going to be something special.
All right, Tony, tough words there. Tony Kinnett and Diana London both joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.